Live from our studios at number 5, Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano here in Accra. This is the Channel 1 Newsroom, you're on Channel 1 TV. Coming up. Gulf City residents protest takeover of community football park and railway buffer zone.
According to the president, he bought that land from TDC. Please, we are just pleading with them that we can't use every available space as concrete.
Also coming up, rice farmers in northern regions suffer heavy losses amid market challenges.
Looking at the situation we find ourselves, it is rainy season. We are supposed to go and farm. We are supposed to continue farming. We are frustrated. Farmers, the aggregators come seeing the frustration of farmers. They capitalize on our frustration and then lower the price for 300. And we have no option. We have no option. We have to sell it out.
Overflowing dam sites raise public health concerns in parts of Accra. And later, Black Stars advanced to World Cup round of 32 despite loss to Croatia.
I think we have a very good team. We played very well today. We had a good game plan. But we hope in the next one we'll have some tough games, but I think we don't give up on Croatia.
Okay, next stage. Yes, I think the Ghana people should be proud of what they accomplished today. Their strikers and the defense is good.
I'm Charles Osukume. Grateful to you for choosing the Channel 1 Newsroom. Let's get straight into the details. Some residents of Gulf City in the Katamanso municipality are protesting what they describe as the unlawful takeover of their community football park and parts of the buffer zone along the Taman-Pakadan railway line by a private developer. They say construction has continued despite repeated appeals to halt the project, leading to confrontations between residents and individuals they describe as landguards. My colleague Manola Yama reports.
For years, this open space has served as Gulf City's only football park and a gathering place for community events. Residents say beyond recreation, the land also plays a critical environmental role by retaining rainwater during downpours and helping to reduce flooding in the area.
These days we are dealing with issues of flood, and honestly, when it rains heavily and you come here, you see this place is flooded. In fact, this has become more like a retainer within the community. So if somebody should come and build over here again, I think we are going to face a lot of flood over here. So those of us who are living in this community. So according to the president, he bought that land from TDC. Please, we are just pleading with them that we can't use every available space as concrete. We need community access where children can play, community can gather some of that. So they should consider that in allocating probably lands to people to develop structures around.
Residents further contend that the ongoing development has encroached on the buffer zone of the Tema-Impagadan railway line, an assertion the Katamanso Municipal Assembly agrees with.
Where we are talking about is within a railway buffer, 50 meters. And you can see this is a railway. 50 meters lands around somewhere there. And they are saying 50 meters because they want to avoid any form of accident, fatality in case of accident. So ideally, all these places were supposed to be even demolished. And so if they haven't done that, why do you allow a new one to spring up?
Although only a section of the land is being developed, residents say they remain determined to stop the project. They allege that whenever they attempt to halt construction, the developer unleashes individuals they describe as landguards.
I don't know him, and he didn't show up. He's just bringing boys, landguards, and all those things coming to the area, threatening. If we didn't go, they will break our thing, destroy. Even there is my business center around here, they even spoil half of the structures and destroy it.
The Tema Development Corporation, however, maintains that the land was lawfully allocated and is earmarked for development under its master plan, despite the Assembly's position that it falls within the railway buffer zone.
When people come, we look at the master layout and then we see if whatever you have on the said land fits into the master plan, then we'll go ahead and regularize for you. If it is not, we won't do it. So this person applied in 2014 for the plots to be regularized. So after following all the due processes, and so this was in September 2014, after going through all the processes, we offered him the land. So in offering the land, you get an offer letter, a right of entry, legal documents. That was in 2015, so a whole year on was when we granted, which means that we did all the due diligence that we had to do, and then we offered him the land. So he's had that land legally since 2015.
The Municipal Assembly says that while the Tema Development Corporation may allocate land, construction cannot begin without a building permit issued by the Assembly. According to the Assembly, no such permit has been granted.
As far as the KKM, that is Uganda Municipal Assembly, is concerned, we don't have permit to start any groundwork here, because you need a permit for either temporary structure or permanent structure. If you obtain a permit from TDC, that is not conclusive. TDC gives the permit because you have satisfied the purchase agreement with them. But every district in Ghana, if you want to put up any structure, whether permanent or temporary, you need building permit from the assembly. And so that is where from what TDC might have given to them.
The Assembly says it will deploy a task force to halt any further construction while the matter is being addressed.
Well, I have been to the Assembly, I've spoken with them. They told me the task force will be coming to stop them. The difficulty I have as an assemblyman is this tendency of bringing tags, land guards, and because they want to, when we're doing this excavation, because of the class they had with the community, they brought land guards here to come and protect them. And land guards are not acceptable in our current laws.
For its part, the Tema Development Corporation insists on the legality of the construction, saying it will engage the Municipal Assembly, residents and other stakeholders in an effort to resolve the disputes amicably.
There may have to be further engagement between the developer, the community, the assembly, and TDC is willing to be part of that engagement to make sure that matters are settled amicably.
Well, let's now head to the northern region, where rice farmers are facing mounting financial losses as persistent market challenges force many to sell their produce at prices far below production costs. In the Kumbungo district, for example, some farmers say they have little choice but to accept as low as 300 cedis for a 100-kilogram bag of rice, less than half the usual market price of about 750 cedis. While stakeholders say the situation requires urgent government intervention to protect local farmers and sustain the local rice industry. My colleague Shawana Yusuf reports.
At the Botanga irrigation scheme, what should have been a season of reward has turned into one of uncertainty. Across rice drying yards and storage facilities, harvested grains remain unsold as farmers struggle to find buyers. With little storage infrastructure, some of the rice has begun to re-germinate after prolonged exposure, leaving farmers to watch their investments deteriorate. The lack of a ready market has also weakened farmers' bargaining power. Aggregators who purchase rice from farmers for onward sale are now offering as little as 300 Ghana cedis for a 100-kilogram bag, more than 50% below the usual market price of 750 Ghana cedis. For many farmers, accepting the reduced price is the only way to recover part of the money invested in production.
Looking at the situation we find ourselves, it is rainy season. We are supposed to go and farm. We are supposed to continue farming. We are frustrated. Farmers, the aggregators come seeing the frustration of farmers. They capitalize on our frustration and then lower the price for us 300. And we have no option. We have no option. We have to sell it out, whether you're making it or not. But we are now thinking of tomorrow, what is going to happen? Because most farmers cannot go into farm again.
Because of lack of market, rain have affected our produce and it has regerminated because of lack of buyers, aggregators on the ground here. So we have been challenged with this regermination of rice. It's a great loss against us as farmers.
The impact is being felt beyond the farm. A rice breeder at the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Savannah Agricultural Research Institute, CSIR SARI, says the marketing crisis is disrupting the entire rice value chain. According to him, demand for certified foundation seeds, which was strong in previous season, has dropped significantly this year as farmers scale back production amid uncertainty over market access.
The farmer also fears to go into production because he already has what he has produced previously still lying without any market. That is very on the individual scale. Now let's come to the national scale. Already I've mentioned that what we are producing in Ghana is less than what we demand. So there's always shortage. That is why we import so much, and this importation has so much bills on our foreign currencies. Because of that, now we are afraid and we are just praying that there won't be food shortage, because if the farmer doesn't go to the field, there will be a food shortage.
Stakeholders in the rice sector are now calling for urgent policy measures to improve market access, stabilize prices, and strengthen local rice production. They say without timely intervention, many farmers could abandon rice cultivation altogether, undermining Ghana's efforts to boost domestic rice production and reduce dependence on imports.
Fuel prices have reduced. Tractor cost of plowing has not reduced. So they are producing at high cost and selling at low producer price, which is a purely policy problem that the government can only solve, not the producers or we, the other actors at the lower bottom of the value chain.
Rice that has been brought to the drying fields here at the Botanga irrigation site is beginning to regerminate due to the onset of the raining season, of course, and also due to the lack of appropriate storage facilities. This farmer says is going to impact greatly on their businesses as farmers and also as rice farmers who are now forced to sell a 100 kg of rice for as little as 300 cedis from the previously sold amount of 700 cedis. Major stakeholders like SARI and others are also saying the value chain actors are all being affected from this lack of market for rice produce in the country. They say their certified seeds are still stocked up in their warehouses without ready markets because most farmers are planning not to produce rice this farming season due to lack of markets. They want government to act urgently on this issue to bring relief to all value chain actors. For Channel 1 News, I am Shawana Yusuf reporting from the Botanga irrigation site in the Kumbungo district of the Northern region.
Well, away from that, institutions of higher learning are being urged to play a more active role in fostering dialogue and bridging competing interests to enhance building public trust and drive national development. Academics say universities must help elevate national conversations beyond partisan divisions if Ghana is to achieve sustainable development. Our Central Regional Correspondent, Akwesiado, reports.
The need to bridge the gap between academia and society took center stage at the University of Education, Winnipeg's 8th Biennial Social Science Conference. The conference brought together scholars, policymakers, and development practitioners to explore how universities can contribute practical solutions to national challenges. The Faculty of Social Science Education says Ghana's development aspirations cannot be realized if academic research remains confined to lecture halls instead of informing public policy and decision-making.
For centuries, academia, represented by the GAM, has been accused of isolating itself within an average tower. We have historically been perceived as insulated theorists, comfortable in our lecture halls, generating research that gathers dust on the library, while the real world, the town, grapples with existential crisis. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this conference seeks to end the era of academic isolation. To bring the down to town means to deliberately dismantle these walls. It means converting our rigorous quantitative modeling, our qualitative insights, and our social theories into actionable policies that improve the daily life of the market woman in Winneba, the small-scale farmer in Dumakon, and the policy maker in Accra.
Pro-Vice Chancellor of the University of Education, Winneba, Professor Esther Yabuadanso, stressed the need to translate academic research into practical solutions that address the country's social and economic challenges.
Sometimes, as academia and researchers, we gather to look within ourselves the researches that we have gathered, we have conducted, and then also see how we'll be able to use our findings and recommendations to improve our nation. Bringing the gown to town reminds us that our researches should not just stay on the shelf, and that it should go outside our campuses for people to know.
Delivering the keynote address, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Shapers Authority, Professor Ransford Jampo, said increasing political polarization continues to undermine national cohesion and collective action. He urged academic institutions to serve as neutral spaces for constructive dialogue and evidence-based policy making.
For in a polarized world, the university cannot afford to remain on the sidelines. It must step forward not as a distant observer, but as an active participant in the collective effort to build a more sustainable, a more inclusive, and a more unified society, driving not only knowledge, but also dialogue, trust, and transformation.
Professor Jampo also expressed concern over the current state of the Kaswa-Winneba Highway, describing the pace and approach to its reconstruction as unsatisfactory.
The road coming from Accra to this place is so bad, I wasn't going to come. But we got to the middle of the road, and it had rained, and I don't think the contractor has done a good job in providing for bypasses for us. I mean, how? The contractor, I'm expecting to be reasonable in knowing that around this time that it is raining, you go out of your way to provide some bypasses and make the place more trouble. Vehicles are overturning. So I almost said, let us do a U-turn.
Well, meanwhile, language and culture experts are calling for a stronger integration of the arts and indigenous languages into education and technology, warning that Ghana risks losing its cultural identity if local languages continue to decline. They say language is central to preserving heritage and must remain relevant even as the country embraces emerging technologies such as artificial intelligence. Channel 1 News' Ashanti regional correspondent Tawfiq Mohammed has more.
The Vice Dean at the Faculty of Ghanaian Languages Education at the University of Education, Winneba, Professor Kwesi Adumakon, advocated a shift from STEM to STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. According to him, while science and technology drive innovation, the arts provide the cultural and ethical values needed to guide their responsible use.
It's not everything that is a wholesale that's acceptable within the society. So there's a need to focus and emphasize on the arts when we are pursuing science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So we should rather channel the energy by looking at science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. That will lead to a holistic development.
Professor Atumakon also called for greater integration of indigenous languages into education and tourism. He said Ghana's more than 80 indigenous ethnic groups present enormous opportunities to promote tourism, preserve cultural heritage, and stimulate economic growth.
So when we harness, consciously prioritize, and then invest in it, it becomes a very big industry for us to bring in even income to the country. By way of doing that, again, on the other side, we will also be preserving the indigenous cultures we have in Ghana.
Language and linguistics expert Professor Kofi Ejekum urged parents and schools to prioritize indigenous languages, warning that rapid advances in artificial intelligence should not come at the expense of Ghana's cultural identity. He encouraged parents to speak their native languages with children from an early age to strengthen language acquisition before they begin formal education.
I think our school curriculum also makes sure that the children learn the indigenous languages. And as we have now, it is compulsory at BEC.
While acknowledging that artificial intelligence is transforming societies and cannot be ignored, Professor Ejekum cautioned against allowing technology to replace cultural knowledge. He questioned whether AI could fully interpret indigenous philosophies, traditions, and symbols such as the Akan Edinkra. He also linked the decline in indigenous language proficiency to changing trends in music, arguing that although many contemporary musicians excel in rhythm, the philosophical depth traditionally embedded in local languages is gradually being lost.
And if we take our high life musicians of old, the Danampedu, the Akwaboa, the Konedu, the Adolfo, the Pabobo, the Akwesiampofweje, these were people, and then of late Lumba. Listen to their music. They have some skilled training in their own languages.
Senior lecturer at the Department of Language and Communication Sciences at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Dr. Victoria Oguneke Falake, called on government to invest more in the arts and creative industries. She argued that empowering young people economically through culture and entertainment will encourage them to preserve and promote Ghana's cultural heritage.
Lumba preserves Ghanaian culture in a way. So government should look into the empowerment of the youth by giving the youth, I don't know what the youth minister does with the Ghanaian youth.
The experts made these remarks on the sidelines of Afro-Creation Ghana 2026 at KNUST in Kumasi. The event, held under the theme Advancing African Culture Through Traditional Music, Symbols, and Digital Language Innovation, explored how technology can be harnessed to preserve Africa's rich linguistic and cultural heritage without eroding its identity. Well, meanwhile, educational institutions are being charged to go beyond academic achievements by placing greater emphasis on critical thinking, character development, and leadership to prepare young people for an increasingly complex and fast-changing world. My colleague Neil Okai-Setre has more.
The call was made at the British Council 2026 Partner Schools Awards in Accra, where outstanding schools and students were recognized for excellence in teaching and learning. The British Council Country Director for Ghana, Cameroon, and Sierra Leone, Ni Dodu Dodu, said academic success alone is no longer enough. He urged schools to equip learners with the skills, values, and mindset needed to thrive in a rapidly evolving global environment.
The future of education continues to evolve rapidly, shaped by technology, global collaboration, and changing learner needs. As educators and stakeholders, our collective responsibility is not only to prepare students to succeed academically, but to also equip them with the critical thinking skills, getting them to be more adaptable, creative, exhibiting ethical leadership, and global outlook needed to thrive in an increasingly complex world. The British Council, your dedicated partner, remains deeply committed supporting schools and educators through professional development, assessment services, partnership opportunities, capacity building, and innovative educational solutions that promote excellence and lifelong learning.
Senior Manager for West Africa at Cambridge International Education, Mrs. Efwa Esiedu encouraged students to embrace resilience, effective communication, and adaptability, describing them as essential qualities for success in the future world of work.
With advances in technology, the rise of artificial intelligence, and global challenges such as climate change, the future is evolving faster than ever before. But here's the good news. You are ready for it. Your Cambridge education has not only equipped you with a strong subject knowledge, but also with the skills that truly matter. Skills like resilience, self-management, and communication are key indicators to academic excellence, as was highlighted in the Cambridge Thought Leadership Report, preparing leaders to thrive in a changing world.
Some of the award recipients said the recognition serves as an inspiration to continue striving for excellence while using their knowledge and skills to make a positive impact in their communities.
Preparation was starting in grade 9. I believe the thing that's gotten me here has been a lot of hard work, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of tests, practice tests, and trying to get to this stage involves a lot of, disappointments. But then what matters is the way you pull yourself back up. And I feel like that is mainly dependent on the people you surround yourself with, from your teachers to your friends. Winning this award makes me feel proud of myself. I realized that the hard work I put in actually did pay off. Yeah. And it makes me believe that there is hope that if I put in enough amount of work, the reward it is worth it. Yeah.
Go there, study, get the techniques, various technological innovations in medicine, and then come here in Ghana and bring that technological innovation that we need to let us become developed, especially in the health field, to help people who need that help, to help people who need that new tech we do not have. It shouldn't be every time that somebody comes with a serious case, with a serious surgery that, we need to travel outside. No, it should be done here in Ghana.
Well, you are still watching the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. I'm Charles Osukumi. Still ahead. Overflowing refuse dams and full landfill sites raise fears of a public health crisis as sanitation challenges deepen across parts of the capital. We are back soon. Please don't go away.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory. With more, because we got you. You get it? You know that. We got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars. It's my specialty. We got drama. We got fun. We got more for everyone. With an upgrade on us, just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
The best part of going home is family.
Sit up!
Hey, mommy, my wife is cooking something delicious.
Hot pepper sauce, spicy.
Lizzie Shito, the Shito is Shito. Lizzie Shito, overfill.
Lizzie Shito, please, can I take some to school tomorrow?
Yes, my son, you can. Lizzie Shito, dear. Ebesu obiasu.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Yes, spicy.
Lizzie Shito hot pepper sauce. Spicy.
For bulk purchase, kindly contact 050-168-3344 or 050-155-0998. This advert is FDA approved.
Numerous cases
cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait. Catch all 104 matches from as little as 58 Ghana cedis only on DSTV.
Isro. Eteye simani sui. Doctor said me operation. Cataract surgery. Isro.
Minia. Ustro sesen. Sisia Dr. Agawa ama operation ya ye simple okrom ha won't say. Sisia there no ABS.
ABS. And also ne
ABS ne chese. No anesthesia. No bleeding. No suture. Won't na hospital hokra nche. Obeji di senra. Me koye surgery.
Sa.
Ani ene se me di ye medwuma ne you. Hwese me need ho clear.
Wow. Na simple sa. O se hospital ba no.
Dr. Agawa's Eye Hospital. Ebentesano Police Station. Wow. Frewen Neya was 0501 534 498 and 0553 019 311.
Dr. Agawa's Eye Hospital for eyes like new.
You're welcome back to the Channel 1 newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Now, as the rainy season continues, growing piles of uncollected refuse are raising fears of a looming public health crisis in parts of the capital. A visit by Channel 1 News to Jamestown and Latebiokoshi found heaps of unattended waste, with residents struggling to dispose of household waste. My colleague Ejubi Apia Kenting has more.
If you've been following the news, you'd notice that fears of a looming sanitation and public health crisis has been brewing. In the Greater Accra region, areas like Weja, Makati have complained about landfill sites reaching their full capacity. In Tema and its environs, the Pong landfill site is also an area of contention. The situation is equally worrying in communities such as Jamestown and Latebiokoshi. Residents say they are unable to dispose of household waste because tricycle waste collectors claim there are no available landfill sites to receive the refuse.
Yeah, cry 1 month. And like affect you because you see a ball and honum. Yenya baby I debate too. And see na ayesana ubon sena ebekwa koye say ya we ba na bibi. And any day any so affect you pa.
Atenso nto a. Omumba. Na ayema. So obi some plan I frame. Mama say ayema ye ko. Yes, young fan call. First, me had the call as I the cock as well. I must say, I'm the cock as well. No, I'm going to war. Some would come on. I have no more where women give 5 city, maybe 20 city, maybe 30 city. No more charge.
With waste collection disrupted, illegal dumping sites are springing up across several communities. Refuse is being discarded into drains, open spaces, and water bodies, raising concerns over flooding and increasing the risk of disease outbreaks as the rains persist. The Environmental Service Providers Association says progress made by the private sector in improving waste management is being undermined by operational challenges involving government.
You would agree that we had a private sector. I think it was, I know it was Zoom Lion that was sweeping our streets. Mm-hmm. You realize that it's been absent for some time now. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What has happened? We take it for granted. Those sand and those small things you see are on us. Don't underestimate them. Mm-hmm. They have gone to clock in addition to human behavior and activity. So you went around, you took pictures, you all saw what was there. What was there? It was filth. Mm-hmm. It was rubbish. It was waste. So we had made a lot of gains. Government had supported the sector. We had moved forward. we had the transfer stations working properly.
Head of the Public Health Directorate at Accra Metropolitan Assembly, Florence Kuchi, says the proliferation of illegal dumping sites is largely due to the absence of adequate engineered landfill facilities. According to her, Accra's main landfill site at Kpong reached full capacity years ago, leaving the city with limited options for final waste disposal.
The country waste management system is having a lot of challenges because we do not have a single engineer landfill site that is standing and you say this is a very good engineer landfill site. We used to have the Kpong engineer landfill site, which has been full to capacity. It has now turned into a controlled dumping site. You understand? The next one that we have is outside Accra, and that is where the western part of Accra assemblies are visiting or sending their waste to, which is at Adepa. Adepa is in the eastern region. And I would say it is also becoming very difficult to access because of the road nature and because of the amount of waste that we are generating.
She warns that if urgent measures are not taken, the sanitation situation could trigger serious public health consequences.
When waste is not properly managed, it contaminates our source of water. It also contaminates our food. And when it happens, the health of the populace becomes an issue because these accumulated waste that are not properly managed become a breeding ground for vectors. Mosquitoes give us what? Malaria. And then not just only malaria that we get from the mosquito transmit. We have 3 different types of mosquitoes. So when waste is not managed well, you see where the train is going on. It's something that we need to handle very seriously because they can also lead to what we call foodborne disease or waterborne diseases. It is a serious business that the government needs to play their role, assembly needs to play their role, the private partners also need to play their role. Then we all come together, even the individuals within the community, the people who generate the waste.
Reporting for Channel 1 News, Ejubi Biafe, Akenting, Accra.
Mining companies are being urged to adopt sustainable waste management practices and work more closely with the Environmental Protection Authority to minimize the environmental impact of mining activities. Well, the call was made at the 2026 Mineral Waste Valorization Research Conference, where experts highlighted the need for innovative solutions to transform mining waste into valuable resources. Channel 1 News' Middle Belt Bureau Chief Hafiz Tijani has more.
Mining operations generate large volumes of waste, including wastewater, processed water, and tailings, which can pose serious environmental risks if not properly managed. At the 2026 Mineral Waste Valorization Research Conference, participants explored engineering and policy solutions aimed at reducing the environmental footprints of mining while promoting the productive use of mineral waste. Officials of the Environmental Protection Authority stressed the importance of treating and managing mineral waste streams to protect water bodies, land and surrounding communities.
So to me, we have told them today, instead of disposing them in the tailings, they can do what we call subaqueous disposition so that they will not expose the sulfide into oxygen for it to be oxidized to cause the acid mantle. So to me, it's very good that we need to encourage all of them to go ahead.
Ashanti Regional Director of the Environmental Protection Authority, Dr. Jackson Edia Nyantechi, reminded mining companies that environmental stewardship must remain central to their operations, urging strict compliance with environmental regulations.
Mining companies are expected to protect all the elements of the environment. They should protect the air, they should protect the soil, they should protect the water body, they should protect both living and the non-living components of the environment. We expect them to do that. And that is why we have laws and regulations also governing some of these things.
The conference forms part of research led by Dr. Benita Kumsin under her 2023 Women in Science for the Developing World Early Career Fellowship. She said her interest in mineral waste valorization was inspired by the increasing volumes of mining waste generated globally and the untapped economic value that can be recovered through innovation. Dr. Kumsin disclosed that the research is currently being undertaken at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology with support from the College of Engineering. She called for stronger collaboration among stakeholders to accelerate research and scale up sustainable mineral waste management solutions.
So we need stakeholders to join us. In fact, the Assay laboratories in Ghana have been very supportive. The EPA has been supportive. So this is what we need. We need more collaborators to come into the scene, right? Is it about training personnel, giving them the right competence to be able to handle the waste material whenever they are created, so that we create a circular economy.
A faculty member at the KNUST's Department of Materials and Metallurgical Engineering, Professor Anthony Andrews, also highlighted the importance of proper waste segregation throughout the collection chain.
If you're able to segregate, for example, the electronic waste from the organic waste, then we don't end up contaminating the e-waste.
The Mineral Waste Valorization Research Conference 2026 was organized by the Department of Materials and Metallurgical Engineering at KNUST in partnership with Women in Science for the Developing World under the theme Valorizing Mineral Waste through Engineering Innovations and Policy Advocacy.
Researchers are calling for intensified education to help solve Ghana's waste management crisis. Happy Sujani, Channel 1 News, KNUST, Ashanti Region.
Now to the Volta region, where the Directorate for Social Welfare is calling for the establishment of a comprehensive database of persons with disabilities to improve their identification and ensure they benefit from government support programs. The Directorate says non-identification of persons with disabilities makes it difficult to plan and deliver targeted interventions. Our Volta regional correspondent Desmond Salasiago has more.
Although Ghana has introduced several social protection programs for persons with disabilities, many eligible beneficiaries continue to miss out because they remain unidentified. Stakeholders say the absence of a comprehensive database coupled with persistent stigma and discrimination has made it difficult to accurately determine the number of persons living with disabilities and respond effectively to their needs. The concerns were raised during the presentation of cash and assorted items to persons with disabilities in the Whole West District under the District Assembly's Common Fund allocation for persons with disabilities, popularly known as the Disability Fund. Volta Regional Director of the Department of Social Welfare, Stella Mausi Agbazunholo, said a reliable database is essential for effective planning, equitable distribution of resources, and the design of policies that respond to the real needs of persons with disabilities. She stressed that no one should be left behind in accessing government support.
We don't want them to go begging and dependent on anybody. So the state wants everyone to be included in the development of the nation. The expectation is that every one of us, or every one of them will receive the help from the assembly. Another issue is getting every person with disability identified. Sometimes person with disability, because of the stigma and other reasons, do not want to come out publicly. Some parents who have children with disability are hiding them in their rooms. They don't want them to come out, but the expectation is that they will be registered. This will help us to know, or the whole nation to know, the population of persons with disability, and it will help in planning as well.
Madam Agbazunholo appealed to persons with disabilities and their families to actively participate in registration exercises. She also called on communities to end the stigmatization of persons with disabilities and instead promote inclusion, dignity, and equal opportunities.
And we are encouraging every person with disability to come out, identify themselves. Data is very important in planning. Even our assemblymen, our stakeholders in the community, if they identify any person with disability, they should encourage them to come out. That's where they receive help. To hide it, you will not be identified. The help will not come. So it's not anybody's fault. Being a person with disability is not anybody's fault. So you should not blame yourself, and society should not stigmatize them, but rather should support them and encourage them to receive the needed support. We want them to come out. We want the database to be very concrete.
Chairperson of the HOES Disability Support Committee, Samuel Into, also appealed to government to sustain the Disability Fund, describing it as a lifeline for many beneficiaries. He said, the fund has improved livelihoods through financial assistance and the provision of essential items, but called for additional investment in vocational training and skills development to enable persons with disabilities to become economically independent.
Disability support, especially from the Disability Fund, it should be sustained because it's helping most of the disabled persons to empower them economically and so on, support them educationally and health-wise, pay their bills and so on. But what we need now is more training for them to build their capacities so that they will have more information how to go into entrepreneurship, business, and so that they can also employ others and how they will be able to pay taxes and how to maintain their fantastic financial decisions and so on, so that all of us will be free from unemployment.
This is still the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Still to come. Black Stars raid round of 32 of the ongoing FIFA World Cup, setting up a round of 32 showdown with Colombia. We have details in a bit. Please stay with us.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory. With more, because we got you. You get it? You know that. We got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars. It's my specialty. We got drama. We got fun. We got more for everyone. With an upgrade on us, just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
Your health is your most valuable asset and it deserves expert attention. At the International Maritime Hospital, we believe healthcare should be personal, precise, and delivered with excellence. That's why we provide specialist-led care combining experienced doctors, advanced diagnostics, and a client-centered approach. From preventive care to specialist consultations and advanced treatment, every step is handled with precision and care. Our serene environment, modern facilities, and dedicated medical team ensure you receive the quality care you deserve every time. Our experienced team ensures you receive the attention you deserve. So whatever it is for you or your family, choose care you can trust. Visit the International Maritime Hospital located at Community 3 Tema or call 0303 220 030 or 055 222 2290. International Maritime Hospital. We serve and we care.
Numerous cases of people falling asleep have been reported across the African continent. No one can explain this phenomenon.
With 24/7 FIFA World Cup coverage, sleep can wait. Everything can wait. Catch all 104 matches from as little as 58 Ghana cedis only on DSTV.
Well, thank you for staying with us here on the Channel 1 Newsroom. Now, the Asantini Otumfo said to the second has cautioned the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana against sacrificing professional standards in the pursuit of expanding the profession. Now, speaking at the 90th anniversary celebration of the society at Menchia Palace, the Asantini stressed that the future of pharmacy in Ghana should be measured by the quality of professionals trained, not their numbers. Channel 1 News' Middle Belt Bureau Chief Hafiz Tijani has more.
Pharmacists from across the country converged at the Menchia Palace to celebrate the 90th anniversary of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana and reflects on the profession's journey, achievements, and future direction. Addressing the gathering as special guest of honor, Asantehene Otunfo Oseitu II urged the society to safeguard integrity of the profession by maintaining high standards in pharmacy education and practice. He said pharmacists must continue to demonstrate their relevance within Ghana's healthcare system by prioritizing patient-oriented care, warning against compromising quality in the name of expansion.
To pharmacists across the country, I offer this direction. Your relevance will be defined by your value to the patient. You must position yourselves not only as dispensers of medicine, but as experts of safe, effective, and rational use of medicines within our health system.
The Asantehene also called on government to invest in the training, development, and deployment of pharmacists as part of efforts to strengthen the country's healthcare delivery system.
And to government, I will say this plainly. No health system can function effectively without a strong, well-trained, and properly utilized pharmaceutical workforce. Investments in healthcare must include deliberate attention to the development and deployment of pharmacists across all levels of care.
The Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana used the occasion to advocate greater investment in local pharmaceutical manufacturing, calling for Ghana to produce at least 70% of its pharmaceutical needs domestically to improve health security and reduce dependence on global supply chains.
This calls for concerted efforts, whether it is access to capital, access to land, access to equipment, access to technical expertise that help us to actually produce the medicines we need in country.
The society also expressed concern over the growing threat of antimicrobial resistance, attributing it largely to the misuse of medicines and the circulation of counterfeit and substandard pharmaceutical products.
We call on the Food and Drugs Authority, the FDA, to continue to strengthen its oversight responsibility and regulation when it comes to the various conduits through which medicines get access into the country.
The event also recognized individuals who have made outstanding contributions to the advancement of pharmacy practice in Ghana.
Well, Ghana's Black Stars made history by reaching the knockout stage of the FIFA World Cup for the first time since their memorable run to the quarterfinals in 2010. Despite a 2-1 defeat to Croatia at Philadelphia Stadium, the Black Stars secured qualification for the round of 32 as one of the tournament's best third-place teams. Carlos Queiroz' side will now shift their focus to a mouth-watering knockout clash against Colombia at Kansas City Stadium in Missouri on July 4, with a place in the round of 16 up for grabs. Here is more in this report from the Philadelphia Stadium.
It's the first defeat for the Black Stars of Ghana here at the Philadelphia Stadium. It's a 2-1 loss against the Black Stars, but what it means is that they still progress, out to the group stage, and up next they'll be taking on Colombia. I'm sure Carlos Queiroz will be excited about this result, because what this result means for the team is that the Black Stars still stay in the United States of America and will be moving to Missouri to take on Colombia next in the next couple of days in that round of 32 clash. It's a first defeat in 3 games, 1 win against Panama, a goalless draw against England, and also a 2-1 loss against Croatia here at the Philadelphia Stadium. Croatians are much excited about that win against the Black Stars, and we have been interacting with some Croatians after beating the Black Stars by 2-1.
I think we have a very good team. We played very well today. We had a good game plan, but we hope in the next one we'll have some tough games, but I think we don't give up on Croatia.
Okay, next stage.
Yes, I think the Ghana people should be proud of what they accomplished today. Their strikers and the defense is good. Our striking was a little better. Their offense could have been a little bit better to come up to par to the Croatians. but respect for both one another.
Right, on the part of the Ghanaian fans who made their way to Philadelphia, this is what they had to say after losing to Croatia by 2-1.
Charlie, the play we play, and run the album. What I say? So at the end of the day, I feel say, yeah, the boys do them at it. But, so, you hear me, there was no sense of urgency because I feel say, if they qualify and things, that'll be Gawa. It be competition. If they compete, people compete. You feel me? Like, so at the end of the day, but we do what we do. Okay. We do. For starters, the mental balance was all. Sai Elisha was that in your Black Star team. Was summer here. Oh, what's that?
He's a defensive midfielder.
Tell me about defensive midfielder.
Oh, what kind of defensive midfielder?
It's defensive midfielder. Oh, first of all, congratulations. We go to the next stage. But the minimum should have been a draw.
I'm a huge Black Stars fan, so I came up just for this. It was incredible.
What did you make about the performance?
I was surprised how much they went on the attack. We saw them sit back. Of course, that's Kirosh's strategy to sit back a lot in that bottom third, and they pushed it a lot more than I expected today.
For the Black Stars of Ghana, it's $13.5 million back from the tournament. Next up will be Kansas City to take on Colombia in that round of 32 class, and also history on the part of the Black Stars progressing out to the group stage for the first time since 2010. That was the last time the Black Stars progressed out to the group stage at the World Cup hosted by South Africa. From the Philadelphia Stadium, for Channel 1 Sports, I am Gabi Ofe.
Well, that'll be all for this edition of the Channel 1 Newsroom here on Channel 1 TV. Do visit our website, channel1newsonline.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. Download the Channel 1 News app on the Google Play Store. I'm Charles Owusu-Kumit. Thank you for watching.
Why do we remain in places that drain us? Sometimes the pain we know feels safer than the uncertainty we don't. But what if the comfort you're holding on to is the very thing standing between you and the life you deserve? This week on Lifeline, we explore the hidden reasons we stay in comfortable misery and how to find the courage to step into something better.
Why do people stay in hurtful situations? You know this situation is not good, you know this situation is hurting you, you know this environment is toxic. Why do we settle in situations like that and do not want to leave to the next level? We don't like discomfort, but you teach yourself to handle discomfort. You teach yourself to do it anyway. Sometimes we love convenience too much. I can't say that too loud. We love convenience just too much. Little pain, little resistance, we are running away.
Lifeline airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV.
Oh, hello and welcome to World Cup Central on Channel 1 TV. I am Bernard Abekotre. We can say same of what transpired when Ghana played Panama and even England, because the game against Croatia leave a lot of questions for many Ghanaians, because they want to then find out what's the style of play really for this team if it's not sitting deeper, or maybe a little bit into 5 inches deeper in its own half. It's a question on the minds of a lot of Ghanaians. Let me know what you also think of on this show, World Cup Central. I'll not be doing this alone. I want to go for a quick break. When I get back in studio, we'll discuss the Black Stars against Croatia and take a look at the other African countries, or another African country who was able to make it to the next phase of their competition, the round of 32 of a 2026 FIFA World Cup. We have 9 African countries. We'll be back and we'll be talking about them shortly.
We're kicking your year off in all her glory. With more, because we got you. You get it? You know that we got kicks. We got scores. We got action. We got roars. It's my specialty. We got drama. We got fun. We got more for everyone. With an upgrade on us, just for you. More channels, more shows, more reasons to stay.
We got you.
DSTV, we got you all the way.
I'm not tired.
Get ready this July to step into a world where culture meets commerce, ideas turn into opportunities, and Made in Ghana takes the spotlight like never before. Welcome to the Northern Business Fair 2026. For 2 powerful days, the Jubilee Park will transform into a buzzing hub of creativity, innovation, and enterprise from the Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. From beautifully crafted products, innovative packaging, fast-growing local brands, and indigenous corporate bodies, every stand will tell a story of passion, resilience, and growth. This is not just a fair, it's a full experience. It's a place to discover, a place